Hello guys, welcome to D-Prof, your one-stop channel for higher studies and an insightful journey into my pursuit of education at the prestigious Technical University of Munich in Germany, which is commencing from the winter semester 2023-0. During my planning phase for higher studies, I diligently researched on YouTube, Google, Quora, and LinkedIn to find a comprehensive guide on the entire process of higher studies in Germany with step-by-step instruction. However, I couldn't find any consolidated resource or any social media platform. Driven by this realization, I decided to compile my research and personal experience of applying to TUM Germany into a single video. As an applicant myself, I had extensively researched the website and made detailed notes, which I now aim to share with others seeking admission to the German university for the first time. This video will cover the full step-by-step process of applying and pursuing master's degree in Germany. Additionally, I will provide a general overview of the application process for universities in Germany, along with the specific timelines and detail for Technical University of Munich, including APS certificate and visa requirements. Let's delve into the step common to most public German universities, while keeping in mind that minor variation may exist. The first essential step for Indian applicants is to apply for passport as soon as possible, as it is often required for exams like IELTS, TOEFL, GRE. Check your university course requirement to determine which exam is necessary for your application. Then proceed to apply for the required exams such as IELTS, TOEFL, or GRE based on your university preferences. I will share an overview of my experience with IELTS. In preparation for a longer process, apply for APS certificate. Simultaneously, keep an eye on your university portal for an application deadline. Some German university may require a VPD, which can be obtained from Uni-Assist. Apply to your chosen university course by following the guidelines provided on their website or the DAD website. Once you receive an offer letter from the university, several steps need to be executed simultaneously for the smoother process. So start by enrolling in the course offered to you, preferably as soon as possible, as college student dorms may request an enrollment letter for accommodation purpose. Next, open a blocked account and obtain health insurance and travel insurance through platforms like Expatrio, Coracle, Fintiba, or private banks offering blocked accounts. Secure a visa appointment promptly, as availability may be limited, especially for Delhi VFS. While not mandatory, the next crucial step is to arrange for accommodation. Research and apply to different student dorms in your chosen German city, as finding suitable accommodation can be time consuming and challenging, particularly in major cities like Berlin, Frankfurt, and Munich. While not mandatory, but booking a flight ticket on an approximate date can be cost effective and can be rescheduled later if needed. So that concludes the entire process. I have covered the general process applicable to any public German university which you can apply to. So let's discuss to my personal experience with the application process for TUM. I will share my timelines to provide you the better understanding of the sequence of events and when you should apply. Starting with my passport timeline, I applied for my passport on 28th of May 2022 and scheduled the appointment for June 3, 2022. I visited the appointment location, submitted all the required documents, and within 2 to 3 days received a call for local police verification. After completing this process, I received a mail on 7th of June 2022 stating that my passport has been dispatched and I received it on 8th of June 2022. In mid of March 2023, I decided to pursue admission at TUM for the winter intake. Consequently, I began my research and applied for the IELTS exam on 25th of March 2023. Although the language proficiency through the bachelor's medium of communication is acceptable at TUM, I learned that for visa process, it's preferable to have the IELTS exam score. Therefore, I hurriedly applied for the IELTS on 25th of March without being fully prepared and scheduled the exam date for 3rd of April. The IELTS exam comprises of two parts, speaking and LRW, that is listening, reading and writing, usually scheduled within 2 days of each other. In my case, the speaking test took place on April 1 and the LRW test on April 3, 2023. Within 13 days of exam, I received my result on 20th of April 2023. Once I obtained the IELTS result, I applied for VPD, Preliminary Review Documentation, on Uni-Assist, as it is necessary for the application process at Technical University of Munich. I submitted the application on 20th of April 2023 and fortunately APS was not required for this winter semester at TUM. However, I realized later that APS is mandatory for all applicants coming to Germany. Therefore, I immediately applied for APS on 24th of April and joined the waiting list. As there was lot of uncertainty with the APS processing time during the April, May, June and July applicants, I took certain steps to expedite the process, which I will elaborate in on separate video. By following these steps, I received an APS on 12th of July. I got just one verification call from APS on 11th of July 2023 and nothing else from their end. The funny aspect of APS is that today on 25th of July 2023, I received an email confirming that my account was activated. Even though I have already received the certificate on 12th of July 2023. Since I had already applied to Uni-Assist on 20th of April and the processing was efficient, I received the VPD on 3rd of May. With the VPD in hand, immediately I applied on University application portal on 4th of May 2023. Consequently, on 12th of July 2023, I received both the admission offer and the APS, making it exceptionally fortunate day for me. Following the receipt of offer letter, I started working on next 4 to 5 steps. Enrollment, blocked account, visa, accommodation, and flight tickets. So after getting offer letter, I started working on the enrollment, blocked account opening, arranging visa documents, arranging accommodation, and booking flight tickets. Regarding my enrollment, I promptly prepared the required documents which the university has asked to me submitted and posted them on July 18th, 2023. For postage, I recommend using MS in Germany service instead of booking directly with DHL as it is faster, accurate, and more economical. In my case, it only cost 1527 rupees. Next, I dealt with blocked account, choosing to use Expatriate, which offers cashback and no monthly charges. Their prompt response to queries also influenced my decision. However, you can select Coracle, Fintiba, or any other private bank based on your preferences. I applied for the blocked account on 17th of July and received Form 06 on 20th of July 2023, just 3 days later. I will create a detailed video about how to transfer money to the blocked account without visiting the bank. And on 13th of July 2023, I booked an appointment for the visa with the appointment scheduled for July of 27, 2023. I will also share my visa experience in upcoming videos. Moving to accommodation, I strongly advise actively searching and emailing various dorms and accommodations available. Visit the TUM university website to find information about different student dorms and private accommodations. Promptly apply for accommodation to secure a place as soon as possible. I'll create a detailed video about obtaining accommodation also, including how to apply for student dorms. Regarding flight tickets, it's advisable to book in advance if you have rough idea of your travel dates to Germany. This way you can benefit from lower scheduling fees if needed. I booked my ticket on 24th of July for travel in September. And I highly not recommend spending money on consultancies as I successfully navigated the entire process myself. And you can too. There's no need to rely on consultancies for your process, documentations, or visa. You can navigate by yourself. If you need any assistance, feel free to reach out and I'll be happy to help. Okay. I'll also create a separate detailed video for each steps discussing the documents submitted to Uni-Assist, expediting the APS process, transferring money to the blocked account, and the visa application process. Feel free to share any queries or suggestions for topics you'd like to see covered first in the comment section. If you haven't already, consider subscribing to the channel as it takes considerable effort to compile and present all those informations in a single video. I'm here to assist you in the case you encounter any issue and will continue creating informative and detailed videos. Thank you for being a part of D-Prof community and let's embark on this educational adventure together. Thank you. Bye bye. Have a good journey to Germany. Bye bye.